By way of background, for those of you who are new or need a refresher, we at Knock are in the final 3 years of a 12-year partnership with the Diocese of Murabura, Southwest Uganda, which is facilitated by TearFund Connected Church programme. We commit to raising £37,000 per year, £10,000 of which goes to a project to support the building of water tanks to help communities harvest and store rainwater. £20,000 goes to train communities to work together to identify how they can use their local resources to create income. £4,000 goes to Potters Village Child Rescue Centre and £3,000 to Sesame Girls School. Despite the ongoing challenges of COVID-19, TearFund Uganda report the work of both the construction of water tanks and the community projects have continued. This year, 17 new water tanks have been built, benefiting an estimated 2,714 people directly and 8,142 indirectly through the provision of hygiene and sanitation training undertaken with the wider communities where the tanks are built. Having access to a water source means that children can go to school rather than do the long daily walk to get water. And of course, having access to clean water brings the obvious benefits too for people's health. Thank you so much for supporting these children and their communities. I mentioned we also support community mobilisation projects. Based on Bible studies that communities do together, these communities work to identify their local needs and then review the resources they already have to create income to meet that need. Examples include using spare land to grow potatoes to fund a new teacher in the school, or breeding hens to create an income for widows. It's estimated that over 6,954 people have benefited from these community projects this last year. In addition, 54 community leaders were also able to attend refresher training on leading local projects, and 50 met with the CCM coordinator to review progress. And a further 10 new leaders were trained to start new projects. So the work really is growing, and importantly, helping people help themselves out of poverty using what they already have. To be honest, it's been a fluctuating year for Potters Village, given the ongoing impact of COVID. But the staff were delighted with the new changing rooms, which were built using the money that we gave last year. To give these incredible staff a dedicated place where they could change in and out of their uniforms with dignity and store their belongings meant the world to them. They were amazed that people who had never met them felt moved to do this for them. Like all schools in Uganda, Sesame Girls has been closed for most of the last 2 years and only reopened this January. However, the senior girls were permitted to return to do their exams during 2021 and did remarkably well. They really appreciated the funds that we sent to help with school fees and hygiene products. For more on Potters and Sesame, please have a look on the church website for the clips we showed in the summer and October prayer meetings. You can hear in more detail from the staff at the school and Potters how it's been this last year. It's very informative and moving and is helpful for your prayers. 2021 should have been a year for us to visit, but the pandemic made that impossible. Bishop Cranmer, who has recently announced that he will be retiring in June, is very keen to come to Belfast at some point. In particular, he would like to thank you in person for your ongoing love and support, demonstrated in particular through the additional £7,000 donated during the year to help with COVID-related challenges the diocese was facing. The money was being used to support local parish ministers who've had a drop in income and faced genuine hardship due to the pandemic. An additional £13,000, which was half of the Christmas offering this year, will be going to the Potters Village Child Rescue Fund to help support the increase in need as a result of the pandemic. On behalf of the committee, I just want to tell you a few things that we are thankful for as I close. Although heartbroken by his death in November, we are so thankful for John Cardew, the original and irreplaceable chair of the partnership group. Without his wisdom, the partnership would not be what it is today. We're also very thankful for the help and support of Chris Thompson, the TearFund NI Church Partnerships Manager, and Paul Ogerman, TearFund Team Leader in Uganda. And we're hugely thankful to you, the church family, here at Knock, for not only helping us with the annual financial target, but also for all your prayers, questions and generosity. This TearFund service is one of our major opportunities to ask for financial support to help us meet the annual target. We love standing orders, but simple single donations now or at any point during the year are gratefully received. Details can be found on the weekly church email or via the church office. Finally, we are so thankful to God for all his faithfulness to the partnership, for all that he is teaching us about being part of a worldwide church. If you do have time to look at the prayer meeting clips I referred to earlier, you will understand why we are thankful for all that God is doing to use the diocese to teach us about dependence on him, and what gracious and hopeful perseverance in the gospel looks like in what has been a challenging, but as you've heard, fruitful year. Thank you.